Good morning. This is Navy Old Salt Gamer back on Stationeers Brutal Vulcan. Now, I've finally got my H2 combustor up and running as best as I think I can get it. I still have to experiment with it. This is my mixed tank. I got that to a perfect mixture relatively. That's pretty darn close, 66-33. I don't think you can get much better than that. But to get that, I had to set input 1 to 74 because of pressure differences. So that's kind of something you have to watch for when you're getting a perfect mix. It's not necessarily 66-33 on the gas mixer. It depends on pressures. So you have to experiment with that. So how's my filters? My filters are good. So I got the regular set to 15 kPa. That's what I'm experimenting with. And that's mainly because of temperature. The further you turn that up, the higher the temperature gets. I'm going to hook eventually a Stirling engine up to this. Get some more power out of it. I could hook it up to my furnace, but it's so easy to do furnace work here on Vulcan. You don't really need it for your furnace.
Hydration critical.
Of course. So here's my hot side of my water. I got it being heat exchanged with my cooled CO2, which is being cooled, and this is a confusing mess up here, but it works. That's being cooled by this. Now, when I logged in today, something changed, and I've been running this exactly the same for a day and a half, real time. But all of a sudden, when I logged in today, this kept overpressurizing. I mean, this kept going up to the point where the pipes were going to break, 60, 70, 80 megapascals. And I'm like, why is it doing that all of a sudden? I didn't change anything. So I'm not exactly sure why it's doing that. I turned the pressure regulator off, and that was actually been off for a while, but that's only set to 3.6. So I had to put a back pressure valve in here to keep these from overpressurizing. Now, I'm not sure why that's happening all of a sudden. Something changed. And I don't know what it is. And I don't have much liquid anymore, but it is cooling the same. And then I have my water going into this tank. I got 3 liters in here, and it's cooling pretty well. And I got that cooling with this regular AC unit hooked up into a small heat exchanger. And this was overpressurizing. I just wanted to get rid of the hotter air. So this is cooling really well. It's a very low pressure right now. But that's working, and I got it hooked up. I have to come down here very carefully. And that's my normal mode of putting things in. I got 3.2 that should be draining through this one-way valve, and it is very slowly, into my water supply, which I got 35 liters, which is up a liter. So I consider myself, it just went down. It goes through this valve really slowly.
Power low.
And I assume that's because of the temperature, or the pressure differences. I finally figured out how to use a one-way valve. It still works the same, you just have to open it. I thought when you opened it, it just opened it, but it still does restrict the pressure. You can see this is slowly going in, and I like the pressure or the temperature that it's going in at. Now, yeah, I have to watch the temperature, but this is still going down. I don't know if this is mixing. The one-way valve should keep the cooler temperature from mixing with the hotter temperature, I'm assuming. That's an assumption on my part. This does not seem to be going up excessively, but it is slowly going up in liters as that one goes down. 294, 353. So yeah, I've gained about a liter of water, and I still got more in there. I have to replace this while I'm thinking of it. One other thing I have noted, the hard suit. Oh, I'm going to fall through there. The hard suit allows me to do things in the day without
Waste tank caution.
too much of a penalty besides that, which is not a problem right now. Because I can just cool. I just don't want to fall through there. I have all this set up so this turns off during the day, so I'm not wasting power. So this should be 0 right now, and it is, which may heat this up a little bit during the day. That's a good temperature. I can't complain about that at all. So we'll see how that keeps working. I don't need more than a liter or 2 of water a day. I could turn this up higher and make this a hotter temperature, but I kind of don't want to do that. Because this is already at 90, because this is cooling this, which is 109. So, which is okay. This is my first stage of cooling. This cools it down to, a reasonable temperature vice. I gotta get water. Vice what's coming out of here, which is 1,000 degrees. So that's my first step of cooling, working really well. And the second step with that AC is finishing it off. And I'm sorry about this. I have to come down here because I have to get water because I'm croaking slowly. I also hooked this up because this was eating power. I hooked this up to turn on only during the daytime. So let me clear this garbage out. Drink my water. And so there goes one of the liters I just gained. Now my next step is I got to get a little bit of CO2 replacement in here. I'm doing okay. Right now I'm doing okay. I ripped out a bunch of my plants and I got it balanced where I'm making enough oxygen and not using too much CO2. I just added a fern every time I needed. I said, well, I'm still getting CO2 and I'm getting oxygen. And right now, I have 8.85. If I take this out of here with the filter, I should be able to get that to 9, and that's where I've been kind of holding it as my test area. And as long as I have around 100 O2, I have my CO2 and O2 pretty well balanced now. I want to bring my a little bit of CO2 into this room. The problem I'm having right now is I got to separate it and additionally cool that, because right now, like I said, that's 100 C. I don't want to release 100 C CO2 in here. That'll overwhelm my AC. So I'm going to have to set up another cooling system, which is common on Vulcan. There we go. I got 9 megapascals. And I still got over 100. So that's doing good in here. This setup right now is keeping me air balanced in here, and I actually haven't vented my tank yet either, so I get mostly CO2 out of that, but I did get some oxygen. There's 67. So I actually gained, it was 62. I'm actually slowly gaining CO2 in here. And I'm keeping this pressurized to around 9 megapascals. Of course, my H2 combustor is slowly using this. That's why I have to filter it out of here every once in a while. That's going to my H2 combustor, which is making my water. Now, I did drink 1 water out of here, but I'm at 34. That should slowly go up. I got to watch the temperature. I may put, if it does kind of get a little bad, I'll put a radiator on here. My air conditioner can handle 1 radiator if this warms up. 34.6. Here's how fast that's going up. That one-way valve works really slowly when you have a bunch of pressure on this side and not much pressure on the other side. But let me do my daily maintenance stuff here. Replace that tank. Replace my battery. These filters are good. So I can close that. That's all done. That's a shame. Because that's going to take a while. So let me suit up real quick. And go. I need to move this so I don't have to do this every time I go in and out of here.
Oxygen low.
What?
Low pressure. Oxygen
I didn't
critical.
put my suit on.
Pressure critical.
That was odd. Okay, there we go.
Low pressure.
Fixed. That was kind of weird. I thought I put it on. I wasn't paying attention. I'm too busy talking. See, I got to put this somewhere out here maybe so I can refill my tank without going through here. That's all the little things you notice while you're playing the game that you're like, well, I really gotta move that, but I gotta do this first. And so now we can take this back off. And I gotta eat. Again, sorry about all this maintenance stuff. That might not be enough. It isn't. Do I have any more? No. I have a bunch of potatoes growing over here. And of course, I don't need the seed. I just take one and replant one. Yes, I'm still using the microwave. I've been too busy with other things to put anything else in here. It is day 101, so I made it to 100 in the hardest Vulcan mode without dying. Now, I have used a little bit of trading, mainly for water, but I have not done that in a while, and I don't plan on doing that anymore. 34.7, so it is going up slowly. And all I need is basically a liter a day in here, maybe a little more than that. And I'll be a happy camper. And it's 25.8, so that temperature is slowly going up. So I may slap a radiator right here. Well, maybe not there. Gee, I don't know. Maybe there. What the heck, I'll just trip over it every time I go by there. So I'll keep an eye on that. 34.7, 25.8. I think it's 30 degrees that it can go up to before the plants start to become unhappy. I might be wrong on that. Might be higher than that. Might be 40. But anyway. Okay. So let's go check upstairs again. I'll make sure I put this on this time. Oops, I need this. Is that full enough? That's good enough. I'm not planning on doing any mining right now. I got quite a bit of mining done, actually. Open that off. Open that. Close that. I do have to expand them here. One of the things I'm going to do shortly. Oh, idiot. I don't have the extra power right now to spare. But that should have improved now that I have everything turning on and off when it doesn't need to be running. Yeah, that's not bad. Not good either. So how's this doing over here? Like I said, I have to keep an eye on this. 2.93, so it is going down. It's going in there. 24 or 29.4. So it's cooled real nice. So I shouldn't need that vent after a while, I think. I got the outside air there. That gave me a heart attack. I saw 300 degrees. I'm like, no! 29.4. 2.94. Yeah, 34.8. So it went up 1.1 liters. So it does transfer slowly. I guess I could hook. I don't know. I could put a volume pump here, I guess, and have it automated. I may do that eventually. That's probably not a bad idea. But we'll see how the trickle method works here. And let me double check everything up here. I could go with a bigger one of these, but right now I don't think I need it. I'm going to have to pop out some extra room here because, as you can see, my CO2 is at 93. Usually hovers around 100 degrees, and I don't really want that to happen. That's maintaining 4 megapascals really well. That's all automated. That's my main oxygen storage tank, the original Mark II that I got with the start of the game. See, that slowly goes down, but every time in the room, if I need to, I'll turn on the oxygen filter and pull some of it out of the room, put it in there, and it's balanced, so that works pretty well. If anybody can tell me what happened here, why this suddenly decided to start overpressurizing when I didn't change a thing here. I had it all hooked up exactly the same. I didn't change a thing. And when I logged on today, this pipe started complaining, and I looked at it, it was like 70 megapascals. I'm like, why is it doing that? And for some reason, all my water went away. I didn't turn something off, did I? It's on. I don't get it. It was working perfectly. It still is working. I mean, that's 150s. That's a little cooler than I would like. Or hotter than I would like. That's 127, so... I guess it's because I did fire up the H2 combustor over here, so maybe that put extra strain on this. That's the only thing I can think of. But I've never had to put a pressure relief method, and it does go down. See, I got this set for 6 kPa, so now it's going down. I don't know. I honestly don't understand exactly how this pipe here works. I know this is always about 5.8 and always groans and complains, but it never bursts. And I'm kind of, it's 151. This temperature is a little hotter than I would like it, to be honest. And I did at one point put another regulator on here to draw the hot air out of this faster. I could possibly redo that. And if you were in the last video, this is basically, it's constantly, oh, I wonder if my filters are, oh, I gotta replace the filter. Good shot, good throw, Alice. Alright, I think I have a spare filter from my original setup when I had to, before they did the patch, and I expanded my room, and it blew a whole bunch of nasty volatiles and pollutants into my air. There it is. So we'll just put that out there. This is not running because it's nighttime, so that is working. 35 liters. So I am gaining water. And it is a little warmer than I would like it. Now that's regular, so it probably is warming it up in here, and that should be in turn cooling the pipe off. But maybe I'll throw, we'll see how it holds up. Maybe I'll throw a regulator or a radiator on here if I have to. But I'm fine with that right now. It's not a problem. So there we go. Water efficient. 124 oxygen. I'm still almost at 9 megapascals, so I'm not worried about that right now. CO2 65. If I get more CO2 coolant put in here, I can make more plants and make more oxygen, which is my ultimate goal. But I gotta cool that CO2, so maybe that'll be my next step here. So I came in here for the filter, and I got it. And I see this on other videos too. I gotta make an airlock out of this so I don't have to waste the time. It took me forever to put an airlock here. And boy, what a big improvement that was. Saves me a ton of time. So let's pop this Gluten filter in here. That shouldn't matter. I should have brought a regulator. Well, it did cool down, but I love the way these pipes just sit here and rattle constantly. You can hear it all throughout the base. In real life, you imagine if you had something rattling like that. Okay, so this climbed a little bit. Probably because this turned off for a while. Yeah, it's 40 degrees in the heat exchanger right now. It's going back down now. So that is a difference. That doesn't run all the time. So that means this is going to heat up during the day. 34.9, so that is going to heat this pipe up. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I probably will have to put a radiator or two on the water pipes and hope my AC can keep up with it. So what I'm thinking of doing is siphoning off in a one-way valve some of my CO2, which I can take maybe from here, and going over this way and making another AC using more of my valuable power, which doing okay. I'm going to have to add some more solar panels, especially before winter comes, because that could be an issue. Now, I can use this. I don't know how long it would last. Probably pretty long. I could put a Stirling engine right here, because there's my power input, isn't it? Are they both connected? Maybe not. Actually, I'm almost certain they are. But there's my power line. Yeah. No? Power. Maybe I don't have them. Well, they gotta be cross-connected, don't they? Yeah. Data. Maybe not. So I gotta make sure I hook it up to the power side. But maybe I'll do that next. Hook a Stirling engine up here. Generate some extra power. I mean, the difference between 1,000 degree air, maybe I should just have it run during the day. Or during the night, sorry. Because it's not much difference between that temperature and the daytime temperature. But if I just set it up to run at night, at least I could gain some extra power. I'm going to do that. So let me set that up and I'll be right back. Okay. So I got this hooked up. It's just in experimental mode right now, but you can see the temperatures. Oh! I never built enough frames to make enough room to walk. So the temperature is at nighttime now. That's getting really old. Alright. So I am generating now. I got this turned way down. So let's crank this up a little bit. I don't know what the normal level is here. Let's go up to 20. See if that makes a difference. Oh, the canister's at 0. I wonder why that happened. Okay. Maybe I gotta add some more air in there. I put 2 megapascals in there. Well, it doesn't seem to want to run any faster than that. Wow, cooled the air down fast. That's not going to last long. Now, I didn't expect it to cool the air down that fast, so I'll have to experiment with that a little bit. Maybe I need to just vent this. I mean, I'm getting a trickle of power out of it, probably. Not what I was expecting. I'll have to experiment with that setup a little bit. Oh, by the way, when you get the hard suit jetpack, be prepared to take off. Yeah, this is cooling this off way too fast, I think. Now, I did turn my flow rate down because this was getting kind of hot. I got 3 liters in there. I'm going to have to set up another type of cooling and probably another AC. That's running. That's set for 35. It is running. But it takes a while to cool this off now. I guess because the pressure's higher. So I did turn this down. I think I'll turn it back up. Go to 20. Well, I think I added a 15, so let's go to 15. I don't know if this will reach some kind of equilibrium with that running. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's 1100. Yeah, I'm getting a trickle charge out of it, but I think I gotta add more air in here. Try that once. Oh, it does have 1900. Why does it say it was at 0? I'm sorry. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Oh, it goes to 0 when it's running. Now I just vented it all out, apparently. I don't know how I did that, but okay. Maybe because the thing was open. I don't remember that much about pressurizing that. I have to read into that again. Close that. Open that. Stick that in there. What's the temperature? 27. I did put one radiator on here because it's got up to 30. Not really cooling it. Did I do the right kind of radiator? I bet you I didn't. Let's check that. That's a wrench. Wrench. Put that up there. Put that up. Direction. Nope, that's the right kind. So the temperature in here okay. But I'll probably route that pipe over here. Or maybe in the corner hook another AC up, but I got to do some power adjustments before I do that. Because I just don't have enough power at the moment. Run another AC unit. So I have to think about that a little bit. So this will probably be the end for today. I did get enough water production. I'm making more water than I'm drinking right now, which is the ultimate goal. I'm making more water than I'm drinking, and I'm making more oxygen than I'm drinking, and I'm maintaining CO2 level. Although I really want to hook up 2 more ACs. It's going down at all? What's 50 something? Not really. So when you get the pressure in there, that cools a lot slower. Maybe I have to hook up a large. Got a 98% efficiency cooling rating. Only 13% pressure efficiency. I guess I could put a volume pump on that. Maybe that would help. I don't know. That should be fine. I did add another valve over here because this water was heating up more than I was, for that pressure. So that lowered that a couple degrees. I put another back pressurator. I like this to circulate a little faster. I don't need much pressure in there. The temperature is the important thing. And that's coming from here, getting pulled in via this. And of course that's getting heated up by this. And this is turning off and on because it came to pressure. I could probably raise that to 6 so I had more air to work with during the day. But right now it's okay. I'm kind of surprised that this isn't going up anymore. Or down anymore. I'm going to have to work on that. Doesn't like the... I wonder if I should up this a little bit more. I wonder what happens if I up this to 3,000. Again, I experiment a lot. Because I saw I got pollutants forming in there. Does that increase my pressure efficiency at all? Not really. That's the outside pressure, I guess. Oh, it turned off because the air is heated up, so that's all done. It's daytime. I'll have to work on that a little bit more. So there you go. I'm surviving. Don't have enough power. Of course, it's solar days coming. I got to make. I'll add some few more solar panels out there. Maybe 3 or 4. Because I am stressed on power right now. And I could turn this off. I don't know if that'll save anything. I'm on top of the solar panel, I guess. I did turn that off. And I got plenty of water. Got 3 liters in there. Is this heating back up at all? Not really. Trying to keep things as cool as possible on the front end here, but see if you turn, that's 1,000 degrees. If you turn this down to 10, it drops, but then it goes right back up again. There it goes, right back up again. So, in the long term, that doesn't really help. 10,000 from 1,059.60.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. I missed the C key.
Waste tank caution.
Everything going off at once here. Again, going down, then goes right back up again. But that does seem to go higher. I gotta keep playing with the settings on this. I want to get it figured out here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter. It goes up no matter what anyway. I guess it probably goes up during the day too, because this is affected by the outside temperature, so that's probably a good point. Which means this is going to get hotter because the outside temperature of that is there. So, next goals for next episode. Got to add maybe 4 more solar panels. And then at least 2 more AC units to do some cooling. And we'll go from there. But like I said, bottom line, making more water than I'm drinking, making more oxygen than I'm breathing, I'm having a little, it's temperature's good in here. I'm having a little bit of heat problem. I gotta set a cooling system up here to cool the pipe there a little bit. Bring that down to 25 so I can get rid of that radiator. Then another one up top for some, with a one-way valve to cool off the CO2 so I can bring a little bit of that in here. But I bet you if I turn this on, I'm still going to have yeah. My CO2 actually went down a little, but that's because I didn't do this yet. So that brings it back into the 60s, so that's good. When I'm saying that, I'm looking at moles. And my oxygen's in good shape. And we'll be back to 9. Let me turn that back on. Anyway, let's leave that on for a couple seconds. Drink some water, get rid of that stupid alarm. So what, I got almost 4 liters sitting out there. So I've gained about 2 liters overall from when I started. That is almost 9. We're still above 100, so yes, my oxygen is good. My CO2 is good. I'd like to replace some of that CO2 and make more oxygen, but I am okay at this point. Even with burning oxygen to make water, I'm still doing okay. You would think my CO2 would be going down because I am burning oxygen to make water. So why? Well, my air pressure might have gone down, so that's a valid point. So I do have to bring some CO2 in here and make more plants to keep my air pressure up. I never thought of that. But there you go. Okay, so I'll continue this tomorrow. I'll set up some ACs, cooling a few more things, so I can get some CO2 replacement in here, add more burns, so I can make more oxygen, increase the air pressure, and we'll go from there. So this is Navy Old Salt Gamer. I am on day 104 of Vulcan Brutal setting. The Stationeers mode, that's the important thing. That makes it a lot harder at the Stationeers setting. I have not traded in about 30 days, probably. So I'm holding my own at this point. I'd like to stop trading. I got to do a couple more cooling methods, and then I think I'm going to be in ship-shop shape, as we say. But I'll see you tomorrow or the next day. Have a good one. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks.